Welcome to this tutorial on simple gifts. This is from the Faber Adult Piano Adventures, Book 1. So if we're taking a look at page 78, this is kind of a breakdown of what's going to happen in the simple gifts piece on the next page. So as a practice, if we're in C position with our right hand, basically, we're going to practice a thumb extension to the B. So that's the note below the middle C line, right below it. So here's our B here. So we're going to practice extension. So a little skip. And then for number 2, this is also going to the B, but instead of doing thumb, we're actually going to do a cross over to the note. But notice how my thumb stays in contact with the C, so I don't lose my spot. So it'll look like this. So notice that we come back to our C position at the end of that little exercise. So applying that to the simple gifts, if we're taking a look at measure 4, that's where our finger extension, thumb extension, comes into play. So that's how we tackle that B. And then right away on the next line, measure 5, here is the crossover. And when we find ourselves. So that's how we do that crossover at measure 5. With our chords in this piece, we have C chord, followed by measure 3, C sus 4. So that's with the F instead of the E in the middle of the chord. So when we're going from chord to chord, always make sure that we're re-hitting all the notes. So keep your hand really close, reset. Okay, and again with this piece, the melody does go from one hand to the next. So really paying attention to these long slurs and where the melody is heading between the hands. So oftentimes what I like to practice with students for this piece in particular is just doing the melody. So don't do the chord, don't do the supportive chords at all, just the main melody, where it is in the hands. So in the beginning, our melody goes like this. So that's the first slur. Notice I didn't play the C chord yet. And then moving on to the next slur into measure 3. And just being really careful with that one, because again, that's the finger extension, thumb extension to the B, where we ought to be. So really connect those. Next slur is a pickup into measure 5. So definitely want to connect, use our seesaw action, as I like to call it, and when. So connecting those thumbs. So here's how it would sound with just melody only. And again, crossover, just make sure you come back to C position for the rest of the fingers to keep going up with the melody. And last slur, also a pickup into measure 7. And a light thumb on the last beat, because we are diminuendo or decrescendo to the piano. So getting softer at the end with the thumbs. Okay, So once we're comfortable with each slur just doing the melody by itself, you can also work on specific dynamics just with the melody itself. That would be a great way to practice it. So in the beginning, we have mezzo piano, medium, soft. Still mezzo piano. Getting less on the thumb. And then we're gonna build crescendo, getting louder. Twill B. Just louder to mezzo forte, and then we're gonna get softer to piano at the end. All right, great. So now adding in our chords. So it's only 2 chords, which is amazing. And then we have a little harmony at measure 6, right? So that would sound like in the place just right, and then followed by those same 2 chords again. So all together, here's what it would sound like with both hands, lining up the chords. And that's it. Hope you enjoy.